Well, I guess Akiha is dead. And we are finally at the epilogue. This route felt like it was probably the shortest one I've went through so far. But that was definitely the longest day just because of everything that happened, that huge amount of exposition, and that climactic fight. So I did like the fight scene, but there was just so much exposition, and especially with stuff we already knew about. So I don't know, I'll be honest, this is probably one of the weaker routes, in my opinion. The next week passed like it was just a dream. Just like Shiki's dead body, Akiha's remains dissolved into nothingness. The whole affair did not leak out into the public and was taken care of by the people of the Tono family. I stayed in the mansion, becoming the successor of the Tono household in Akiha's place. For now, it's just a name, but I guess it's not something that can be determined easily. Since Shiki died, my body returned to health and I'm allowed to lead a normal life. As for everything else, only a little has changed since before. My happy school life without Akiha, my life at the mansion with Hisui and Kawaku-san. I, Tono Shiki, think the whole incident that occurred after I came to the mansion ended. However, there is still a matter that I have to take care of. If I think about it, there was a slight discrepancy. It was something so small that if I didn't question it, I would never have noticed. That night, if Shiki did not leave those words before he died, the discrepancies between my memories and what Kawaku-san and Hisui told me. Shiki had a grudge against Makihisa. Shiki had a grudge against the old man because he was going to be locked away his entire life, even though my old man wanted to return Shiki to the mansion as early as possible. Shiki thought of me as the target of revenge, but he never showed up in front of me, and he did not even know what I looked like. And one more thing, that one dream where Shiki was violating the one doll-like girl, that is probably a clear holiday afternoon. I told Hisui to go shopping. I asked her for a lot, so she shouldn't be back until evening. The only ones in the mansion are me and her. I leave in her room a note that says I want to talk to her. It is almost the promised time. I have to go to that place. When I get there, she is already there, waiting for me. Alright, the ribbon.
Lovely weather, isn't it, Shiki-san?
I nod. She smiles cheerfully at me.
You realized it, didn't you, Shiki-san?
I nod. Her smile does not fade. Always, her smile does not go away no matter what happens. Come to think of it, the expressionless Hisui actually showed a lot of different feelings. From the outside, she appeared to be a heartless doll, but her heart was not a doll's. However, what about this girl? The always ever-smiling Kawaku. No matter what happens, always a smile, like a person with the heart of a doll. Even when Akiha died, that smile did not fade. Her smile that is just like a mask. That smile. Kawaku-san, you're the one who made Shiki go crazy, right?
Yes.
And that reason you were sharing your blood with Akiha was to make her not human?
Yes.
And you lied to Shiki and made him attack innocent people?
Yes.
When we were small, the one watching us from a distance wasn't Hisui, it was you, Kawaku.
Yes.
Back then, you intentionally distracted Akiha.
Yes.
Wait, what? What? Oh, so she was the one that killed Akiha. What the fuck, dude? Like, that, she died because of your carelessness, goddammit. What the fuck? You shouldn't have done that. And then you suggested that I kill Shiki.
Yes.
All of it is how you planned it, Kawaku. Still smiling, she nods.
That's right. All of it was something I wished would happen, Shiki-san.
Still, she smiles. I feel a chill and unknowingly take a step back. What the Wait, so she was behind this? Like, she was the one who was crazy? What? I'm so confused. What? Why did you do these things?
Oh my, you know already. There are only one or two reasons why I would do all of this.
Revenge.
I think that's it. For the sake of revenge, I decided that every one of the Tonos should die.
Revenge? Is it because, like me, you had your parents killed by Tono Makihisa?
Oh, don't be silly. Hisui-chan and I were orphans. We don't even know what our parents looked like.
So why?
Who knows? I don't even remember how I felt back then. All I know is the reason.
Reason? What reason?
Let's see. Such as getting abused by Makihisa-sama? That is the reason why Hisui-chan and I were adopted in the first place. In order to stay human, we needed our abilities as synchronizers. Shiki-san, you've done it with Hisui-chan, right? It is that sexual intercourse that is the best way to share energy.
I knew that already. Then that means, in other words...
Makihisa-sama was really pushed to his limits. I think he was too desperate to consider my age. I was chosen first for a simple reason. He probably thought that since I wasn't talkative and was quiet, I wouldn't resist like the energetic Hisui-chan would have.
That's even worse than what I imagined he might have done. I just thought he, like, smacked them around. He was having sex with children. Great. Even now, her smile does not fade.
Makihisa-sama wasn't really a bad person. Only sometimes he would turn violent because of his Tono blood. So for those times, he had me ready in his room, and he let those feelings out on me. I guess it is called sexual abuse, but I didn't really remember much of it. It was just like a daily routine for him to want me, so if I tried to remember something like that, my brain would explode, wouldn't it? Oh, but I remember clearly the first time it happened.
Yes, please describe it to us in detail.
It was on my 8th birthday. Ugh, god damn it. Makihisa-sama said he had a present for me, so I quietly but excitedly went to his room. As if she was having fun, she gives her usual laugh. Every day, he got a little worse, but that couldn't really be helped. I was merely a child, so my abilities as a synchronizer weren't fully developed. That's why he needed Hisui-chan's help too. But since I was the older sister, I just thought I shouldn't allow her to cry. So, I took in everything Makihisa-sama wanted to do. I asked him not to touch Hisui-chan because I would take everything myself. He was probably ashamed and agreed to my request. He probably also thought it was better that as few people knew about this secret as possible. That's how I came to stay in Makihisa-sama's room. Our relationship is a secret from everyone else. During that time, I was able to think about things a little bit, I think. I always thought about how to get away, how to run away with Hisui-chan, but I didn't know where to go, and the more I submitted my body to Makihisa-sama, the more I broke down. Eventually, I got tired of thinking, and I realized that if I didn't think, it wouldn't hurt. I am just a doll. A doll doesn't know pain. A doll doesn't think. I endured Makihisa-sama thinking like that. Then, it mysteriously did not hurt as much as before. Makihisa-sama's breath didn't make me sick. His arms were just like warm meat, and even if he strangled my neck or kicked me in the stomach, it seemed like he was doing it to someone else. And every day it got a little easier.
Yeah, this is probably the darkest that I've seen Tsukihime get, and I've seen some pretty dark stuff in this game. So, I mean, it's child sexual abuse is it's pretty dark. You can't get much worse than that.
Shiki-san, I wanted Hisui-chan to stay clean. For her sake, I could endure any kind of abuse. But it was so hard. Not Makihisa-sama's abuse. I couldn't understand you, and that made me scared.
Scared of me?
Yes, the way you played innocently was like a different world to me. I looked out the window to see all of you play when Makihisa-sama wasn't looking. I didn't understand any of that. I didn't understand why you did these pointless things. It was strange for me to think so since it was just another world and I couldn't be involved in it. I wasn't jealous of you, and I didn't hate the Tono children. All I did was stare at all of you while having this unknown feeling. But I was afraid that feeling would turn me back into a human. And 2 years later, you were killed by Shiki-sama. You probably don't remember it, but Shiki-sama was trying to kill Akiha-sama. But you suddenly came, and you shielded Akiha-sama. You weren't related to her, and you had everything stolen from you by the Tono family, but you still died protecting her. At that time, I was watching Akiha-sama, who was holding onto your dead body painfully but happily. Oh, maybe I made up my mind back then, that it wouldn't suit Akiha-sama for her to die just like you did.
What? But she did die that way.
Wait, Shiki-san, if you want to know the reason, you have to be patient.
I stopped my rush towards her.
Days later, you were brought back to the mansion and you were going to be adopted by the Arimas. That was really a secret, but I overheard it from Makihisa-sama. That's how I knew you would be leaving. I didn't have time to tell Akiha-sama or Hisui-chan. When I thought that I couldn't see that boy again, without even getting to talk to him, my legs strangely moved, and I ran down the hallway and found him, but I couldn't think of anything to say, so I gave him my ribbon, the only thing that I owned. I heard that the Tono family members were going to terminate Shiki-sama soon after that. Makihisa-sama didn't want to kill his own son, but he secretly locked him away underground. He said that Shiki-sama would return to normal and asked me to take care of him.
Oh, of course, that's how it was. So that dream was real. It wasn't that I wanted to abuse Hisui or Kawaku-san. That was in reality. Shiki did that to her.
After getting some freedom from Makihisa-sama, I became a little happy. But it was the same. Shiki-sama was just like his father, and only used me to let out his own feelings. I think that had to be what destroyed my last emotions. I desperately thought about how I could break free from everything. Then, I easily came up with a solution. The whole Tono family just had to disappear. If not only Makihisa-sama, but Shiki-sama did those painful things, then that's the only possible thing to do, right?
So the true yandere this whole time has been Kawaku, not Hisui.
And when I realized that, I laughed for the first time in years. I was surprised that it was so simple and I didn't even realize it before. From that time, I was able to start moving on my own. The hardest thing for me was to find a reason to move. A doll can't move by itself. Without a spring or strings, it can't act like a human. So once I found a reason, everything became simple. All I needed to do was place mistrust between them by making Shiki-sama reject Makihisa-sama. Shiki-sama said that he wanted to drink blood, so I gave him mine and told them that he wasn't a bad person and I kept him the way he was. When Shiki-sama became sick, I took care to make special medicine for him.
So she orchestrated everything. What the fuck? So the true villain in all of this is fucking Kohaku-san, at least in this round. I don't know about the other ones, but that's fucking crazy. I never would have suspected that.
Oh, it's the same as the one I gave you. You know those morning glories in the garden behind the mansion? They're called chosen morning glories and have these kinds of mental effects. In simple terms, it's a drug that makes people hallucinate. Once they are unconscious, they listen to what I tell them, and when they wake up, they don't remember a thing. Quite convenient, don't you think? Because I was educated to become Makihisa-sama's personal doctor, I know a lot about these sorts of things. With things like that, Shiki-sama went crazy at my convenience. After that, it was even easier. I secretly told Akiya-sama to look inside Makihisa-sama's room around midnight, and she finally found out about our relationship. Since then, Akiya-sama felt guilty and it became easier to do a lot of things. Well, I didn't expect her to protest against him right away though, but because Akiya-sama pressed the issue, I was released from Makihisa-sama soon after. I thought that I wouldn't be free until Shiki-sama killed Makihisa-sama, but I was freed years earlier actually. From then on, I became a normal servant and traded places with Hisui, who became silent. Oh, but don't worry, since I was the one who took care of Shiki-sama and Makihisa-sama, Hisui-chan was always clean of everything. Smiling, she ends her story.
That is fucking crazy. Wow. If there's one thing I can say about that route, or this route in particular, is that plot twist at the end of this is fucking insane. I never would have suspected Kohaku of anything like that.
I don't know what to say. Even if Tono Makihisa was the main cause, the one who wished it to turn out this way and made it turn out this way was this girl before me. But Shiki-san, I don't hate Akiha-sama or Shiki-sama. I didn't even want to do it. Those are my true feelings.
But you still did it anyway.
How could she say that now? But there wasn't anything else I could do. Without a purpose like that, I couldn't live. A doll cannot move on its own. Without anything to guide it, it can't move. But still, that is unforgivable. There wasn't anything I ever wished for from my heart. But it's strange. Everyone seriously accepts what I say. Just the words of a 10-year-old child can manipulate their feelings. Aren't coincidences scary?
Kohaku giggles.
Are you satisfied, Kohaku? I don't know. I'm merely a doll that doesn't feel happiness or sadness. I thought she'd say that. Before me is a human that is a doll. A girl whose emotions were exhausted long ago. Nothing remains. Telling herself that she is a doll that doesn't feel any pain. More than half of her really believes it. That's why injuries don't hurt her. Shiki and Akiha died, but she doesn't feel happy or sad. She's just an empty shell manipulated by strings. But there was just one strange thing. Really, just a little bit. She said that as her eyes trailed off into the distance. Akiya-sama protected me in the end. I knew there was a 50-50 chance she would do that. I stayed close to her for that reason. Revealing Makihisa-sama's abuse and devotedly helping Akiya-sama, who was slowly turning non-human. Yes, that's right. Really, I knew she would die protecting me. That smile. Even though she is smiling, she looks really sad, as if she's... But I was really surprised at the time. Why is she protecting me? Why is she protecting me, risking her life? She looks like she might burst into tears. I still don't actually understand if I was actually happy or sad when Akiya-sama died. But when I wake up in the morning, I take tea to her room even though I know she's gone. Isn't this strange? Isn't this strange? Even though there's no one in that room anymore. She takes something out. The sound of moving cloth. Holding something long wrapped in cloth, she aims for her chest. A shining blade reflects the sunlight. Kuh! I run, but she is much faster. A small sound, and she collapses to the ground.
Holy fuck. Man, this route is way more tragic than the other ones. More people die. Shit. Nobody really dies in most of the routes. And in this one, both Kohaku and Akiha die. And apparently there's a twist with Kohaku being the one behind the reason for other Shiki's insanity. So she kind of orchestrated the events in a way that like led up to what happens in this visual novel, which is pretty fucking crazy. She stabs herself and falls to the ground. Even though I ran, it's already too late. It has pierced her heart. My mind reels without reason. Why? I hold her in my arms. Fresh blood blossoms from her chest like a flower. Her smile still does not fade. On the contrary, it seems incredibly pitiful. Or indescribably pitiful. Hang in there. What? Why did you do that? Because revenge is the only thing I could do. I can only disappear when it's all over. I tried to find new springs, but I could never find one and time ran out. She smiles. That for no reason at all. What the hell is that? What are you saying? I look at the wound like I did to Akiha. She won't make it. It has pierced her heart. Why? There was no reason. I just can't bear the sadness. She's looking up to the blue sky with thinned eyes. Under the tree in the courtyard, 8 years ago when I was leaving this mansion, the place where the girl who was just looking out the window gave me a ribbon as a present. This is where we promised to meet again, under this big tree. That ribbon, it was my favorite. She speaks lightly. That's why I asked you to return it when we met again. But you didn't keep your promise, Shiki-san. But that... I was mistaken, and I thought it was Hisui's. I made a little bet with myself that if that boy noticed I switched places with Hisui-chan, then I would quit everything. What is that? Are you trying to make me responsible for it at the end? As I shout, my hand desperately tries to stop her bleeding, but death truly is miserable, ruthless and accurate, without even delay or the failure of a single second. The clock of her life counts down to 0. Damn it, don't be ridiculous. What the hell do you mean you made a bet? Because of you, Akiha was... I frantically try to stop the bleeding, sad, without a reason. The tears flow from my eyes. Huh? You're crying, Shiki-san? Well, excuse me. Excuse me, princess. Damn it. I know it's your fault. Damn it, so why do I... That's right. Kohaku, I still don't want you to die. Damn it. Tears flow down. She smiles again. Shiki-san, you are too kind, but please don't worry about it. I'm just a doll, so I don't feel pain or fear. That again? Why do you... But it is much easier this way. Being a human, everything is painful and it hurts too much. But no one saved me. I couldn't escape. She exhales slightly. She closes her eyes and remembers. I just remembered something. It was when I was a child. I was scared and hurt, but more scared of dying. Tono Makihiso was huge, and like a demon out of a storybook. The mansion was too big, like a haunted house. Every day was cold, and it was my daily routine to cry and scream. But if I raised my voice, it got worse, so I had to endure it all. But my sister was playing outside. She was laughing under the sun by easily jumping out the window of the haunted house, where I could not get out, no matter how much I wished for it. Come to think of it, everything was sad. That's why I wanted to become a doll that didn't feel pain. That's right, everything is sad, just like this whole fucking visual novel. Jesus Christ. I mean, but there is happy stuff in here. Like, most of it is either bittersweet or happy, and this is just sad, like, just straight depressing. The bleeding doesn't stop. With her eyes still closed, she remembers the childhood filled only with pain. I don't like pain. That's why I thought it would be better to become a doll. Kohaku? And gradually, my body stopped generating a pulse. Blood vessels turned into tubes one by one. Blood vanished like vapor. My heart, everything just crafted parts. If I did that, there would be no more pain, right? What? I can't say anything. A girl who thought she was a doll. A girl who couldn't live without thinking that she was a doll. Kohaku had no other memories of salvation but to maintain an illusion that she really was a doll. That's why, even if you are this kind, there is no need for tears. It's just a doll breaking. Kohaku still keeps her eyes closed. No, that is wrong. I grasp her hand and shake my head in refusal. No! Kohaku, you're human. You can't be a doll. Kohaku, you're alive. You're a living human being. As proof, you're bleeding red blood right now. Ah, that's right. She laughs again. Right? You're a normal girl who liked Akiha, who was always worried about Hisui and laughed when we talked about stupid things. So, even if she wished it and caused the deaths of Akiha and Shiki, Kohaku, there was no reason for you to die. Increasing my grip, I say those words from the bottom of my heart. Shiki-san, you were just the boy I thought you would be. I finally got to speak to you. Her heartbeat surges like it is a grand finale. Her chest rises and falls. Her closed eyes open. At the very end,
She looks at the deep, distant blue sky. I see. I guess it was only an illusion after all. She coughs up blood. It hurts, she whispers softly. That's why I wanted to be a doll.
Fuck me.
Then she passes away. The hollow eyes endlessly look into the blue sky. Not a fake smile, but a quiet and very sad face.
Oh, please don't tell me that's the end. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Okay, holy shit, I was about to say. I was like, nope, nuh-uh. Leaving my room, I head towards the gate. After a quiet meal together, we leave the garden behind.
Please be careful, Shiki-sama. It has become cold recently, so do not strain yourself.
Yeah, don't strain yourself either, Hisui.
Taking my bag from Hisui, I turn my back to the mansion. The road is long, as if it goes on forever, the gently sloping road, and the blue sky that might suck me in. I see an illusion, the road, like a ladder, heading to the sky, trying to reach the clear blue sky. I see that, and for no reason. I remember that sorrowful affair. Hisui. Yes? What is it, Shiki-sama?
Tomorrow. Tomorrow's the start of winter break, right? I'll come straight home, so how about we go to town? I have something I want to talk about, too.
Huh? To town?
Yeah, once it is winter vacation, let's take a trip somewhere. Well, I don't know where yet, so I was thinking of letting you decide.
Hisui stands there in silence. That is right. Hisui doesn't leave the mansion for herself. Kawaku-san was always the one to take care of things outside, so Hisui never left for 8 years. It isn't that I don't like that fact, only it's just that I wanted to go somewhere new with Hisui and wanted to increase our fun memories so we won't lose against all the sad memories. What do you think? If you don't want to, I don't mind either way. No, if I get to be with you, it would make me very happy. I will look forward to it.
I see. Then I'll be back before noon. Please be waiting in some regular clothes. And maybe a terrible guy might come along too, but we'll deal with it then if it happens. I think he might be talking about Arihiko. Hisui tilts her head questioningly but agrees. When I go to school, I will end up asking for suggestions from Arihiko, but considering him, he'll want to come along. Well, that's that. I can ask his sister to come along too, and going with a lot of people might not be bad either. Well, I'm off. Thanks for sending me off, Hisui. Saying that, I run down the hill. The road is long and continues into the town. I run under the clear blue sky and feel the warmth of Hisui's gaze on my back. Oh no, I wanted to see... Come on, don't tell me it's over yet. And I see him off. The daily task done, I close the gate. The only one left in the mansion is me. Nei-san and Akiha-sama are no longer here, and it seems that no new servants or masters will be coming. His sister left him this mansion and some money. Since the money that is used to maintain this place will be paid by the members of the Branch Tono family, it seems we will not have to leave here anytime soon. Once vacation starts, do you want to take a trip? I decided to nod to those words. Ever since that day, I forbade myself from leaving this mansion. Ever since I found out Makihisa-sama was using Nei-san like that in my place, I hated going outside. Isn't it natural? Nei-san did that so I would stay clean. So I had to stay clean, no matter what. I would not let any male touch me. I would never touch the fingers of the gender that used my sister like that. Uh-oh. She's gonna become a feminist. I thought it would be better if I was just like a machine, so it would be better if I stayed inside. If I locked myself away in the sterile mansion, I would never become dirty, because Nei-san protected me. I thought the only thing I could do was become like a doll, staying pretty forever. But I will end that, will I not? I am thinking of going outside, Nei-san. Yeah, because I wanted to kind of see Hisui in some normal clothes for once. It'd be interesting to see that. Once it gets close to noon, I change my clothes. It's been years since I last wore my own clothes. Pushing my hands through the sleeves, I'm amazed at how light it is. The maid uniform I got used to so much compared to these light regular clothes is really heavy. A wind blows. The hair ribbon that was in my hand flies off. It is white. It was a lone memory that a girl gave to him a long time ago. The ribbon flies up and up. Riding the wind as if it was never there before, it vanishes into the forest. Wait, that was... I try to chase after it, and I stop. That was the girl's ribbon. It was not mine, so I guess I have to at least give that back to her. In my hand, I hold a promise. That awaited promise of the girl who gave that ribbon still lives inside of me. So, just that ribbon at least. I think it tried to return to the place the girl dreamed of. Promises are fulfilled. If he thought I was that girl, then I will have to fulfill her dream. Like how I love him. That girl had to have always loved him too.
Come to think of it, we really were sisters alike each other. Nason and I traded places, but Nason really did a perfect job of acting out my part. That carefree smile, those straightforward emotions, and that fleeting experience of love with him, those were all real. Even though it was just an elaborate play, Nason really did love him when she played my role. She played my part perfectly, and she loved him from the bottom of her heart. Long ago, as if watching a dream that girl always wished and waited for. That's why, Nason, that's why I have to return to myself. I don't think I can do it right away, but I can do it gradually. Maybe I won't be able to become exactly as I was back then, but with all my strength I must fulfill her dream, as I am right now. After that boy left, Nason acted like me because she wanted to do that. Her dream was always to be Hisui and to love Tonoshiki, so I will grant her dream. For the sake of my childhood dream, and for Nason's dream, I will always be by his side. I hear noisy voices in the distance. It seems like he has returned, but it is noisy. He is not alone, but it looks like he brought some friends. A voice calls my name. Checking myself in the reflection off a window, I hurry to the entrance. The sky, the infinite deep blue sky. Hisui greets the long-awaited boy, takes delight in such normal things, and returns a smile. That is something that will continue tirelessly, day after day. The long-awaited peaceful world. I have been waiting for it for so long. Always believing that one day I would be flying freely, I always stood by the window, looking up at the deep blue sky. That one day, wings would sprout from this world, and wings would sprout from this back. Oh, it's so poetic, and I will smile like Nason with that boy. This is what the little girl, so long ago, dreamed of. Well, I guess it's not all sad. I guess Hisui got what she wanted in the end. But Kohaku fucking died, so that really just makes me want to play the Kohaku route just because I feel so fucking bad. I feel like shit. Like, I don't like what Kohaku did, but I still, like, I just can't help but feel bad. Like, this route has so much tragic stuff, like, more so than the other ones. I just feel it kind of ramped up the tragedy meter. Fuck. God damn it. God damn it, Nasu. Anyways, this was fun. It was definitely an interesting route. I'm actually going to check real quick because I'm not sure if this has a good end or not. I think it might just have the true ending. Let me see. Akiha, Hisui. Oh, nope. It has a good ending. So, yep. I guess next we will be going through the good ending of the epilogue. Stay tuned for that, guys, and until then, I will see you all later.